Good morning. It is day number 6. Wow. Yesterday was something else, as you guys saw. And there was more that happened that you didn't see. So as you can see, we're in a new location and we have a tent. So it's crazy. Struck out yesterday trying to find a waterfront property after making contact. So when I went back to Payson to kind of figure out what I was going to do, I was back in cell coverage, and I stopped to let the dogs get a food break, a water break, let them take a potty break. And while they were doing their thing, I was kind of skimming through my phone, looking at some of the emails to make sure I didn't miss anything important. And I noticed that there was 3 packages delivered while I was in Payson. All this hit yesterday. Crazy. I had a Coleman 3-burner stove that I won a bid on eBay. It was a Coleman 426, I think is what it was. And then the second item was a package from Olight, because there's an upcoming flash sale that will end the last day, or the flash sale starts the last day of this series. And then there was a package from my daughter. So knowing that Miss Bella and the girls were out of town for the weekend, I needed to run home to make sure that those packages got taken into the house so that nobody would find them. So I picked up the Olights, brought them with me so I can film my Olight stuff while I'm out here doing this video. So it was kind of a long day. Didn't eat much. So coming back, trying to find a location to finish out this next 5 days. I mean, everybody's out camping. And it's funny because while I was looking around, I mean, the daylight was just dwindling down. I was looking around in the dark, basically. And even though there's all these fire restrictions in effect, I saw at least 4 different campfires, from people that when I was looking for a new area to go. So I kind of had to pull a feather out of my hat and come check a spot that's kind of secluded that a lot of people don't really know about. And it's kind of not too far from the main road, actually. I'm only about 500 yards from the main road, the main highway. And I got my tent set up. It's a little colder, higher altitude where I'm at. And the vehicle is literally like 10 feet from this tent. So, man, I'm excited for today and the rest of this challenge. It's going to be a blast. I got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff to show you. And I'm just so excited. I'm so excited about this location. I think you guys are going to love it. The dogs love it already. But look at these guys. Look at Ranger. Chewing on his foot. Poor guy. Blondie. She likes to put her paw over her nose. She doesn't like her nose cold. Oh, the poor boy. He'll cry if you rub him good. Oh, the poor guy. Oh, the poor boy. He's just crying the blues because it's so terrible. The back rub feels so good. I gotta cry. It feels so good. Yes, I gotta cry. It feels so good. Got Miss Jealous over here. Got Miss Jealous over here. Look at you guys are getting dog hair all over the dang place. You guys are getting dog hair all over the tent. Look at this. My bedroll's full of dog hair already. You guys are ridiculous. I'm not going to know what to do with you guys. Huh? You don't know? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with you guys. How do you like this new location? Huh? How do you like this new location? Oh, sorry. Pushed a little hard, huh? You grouchy. Are you grouchy this morning? Huh? Are you grouchy this morning? Are you grouchy? That hurt. Are you grouchy? If I yipe, she'll think she hurt me and she'll get all back off. It's funny. So here we are. Check out this location. Ain't this pretty? Look at this. So there's one hill, and then there's another hill, and the highway's just past that second hill way off in the distance over there. And my car right here. Got the guys' food and water. You guys got enough water this morning? Yep, you sure do. But they spilled their food last night. They got so excited. Look at all these ferns. And then another thing I noticed is there is yarrow everywhere. Look at that. This is great. Everywhere. Such a beautiful location. I'm excited to see what the next 5 days holds. I mean, I'm looking right now and I see an oak tree right there. Crazy. Got my scale ready. So when this challenge is over, I can weigh in and see what my weight looks like. But man, beautiful place. One of the coolest things about me having to go home yesterday was I found these in the cupboard. I was able to pick these up, and I couldn't find these nowhere. I went to Walmart. I went to Dollar General. Couldn't find these. So I'm not going to need this no more, which this raises quite a bit of excitement because I'm curious how many I'm going to be able to fit in my pot. And you can see that I got several rocks from that previous location. I'm going to lay some cups down in here just out of curiosity and see how many muffins I can make in one whack. 3, 4, looks like probably 6, maybe 5, 6, 5 comfortably. Look at that. 5 muffins. That's crazy. So 5 muffins taking 15 minutes of fuel instead of 1 muffin taking 15 minutes of fuel. So I'm very, very excited about that. I'm also excited because, like I said, I don't need this no more. This worked out good though, but I'm glad that I have these because I can make a whole bunch of muffins and then set them aside and eat them as I want. So that's super cool. Very, very happy about that. I'm also happy about the amount of food that I have left. Remember, I picked this up yesterday as a bonus. So I got these, and that's a whole box. It says that I need vegetable oil and eggs and everything, but just like the muffin mix and stuff and the cornbread that I did without milk, I think I can do the same here. It needed oil, or not oil, but it needed eggs too. So I'll try the same thing with this, and I'll try to make some fudge muffins. So another thing I'm very excited about on this challenge, being day 6, is the amount of food that I still have left. I didn't eat a lot when I was out there. I still have my plastic, which was just in case I needed shelter and I didn't want to use my tent. I had this, so I haven't even touched the plastic, so that's cool. I still have muffin mix. I've got the cornbread and the blueberry in here. They're both stuffed down in there. So I got both muffins left. Both of those are about half full. I have, this was 1 pound of rice. I have probably more than half of that left. And 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 days, 3/4 of a pound, I'm guessing, of rice. That's pretty cool. Beans. What do we got on beans? This is a 2-pound bag. So I have about a pound left. And remember that cup from Wendy's on day 1 that I put the beans in and the water? Those beans that I had are still soaking. So there's a batch of beans that's ready to cook that I won't have to take out of this. So that's cool. I'm happy about that. I still have a can of Spam. I still have a can of tuna. Crazy. I still have 2 things of mac and cheese. 420 calories. Plenty of dog food for the dogs. I still have, what is this? Ramen. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still have 8 packages of ramen. 8. I've got 5 days left, so that means multiple ramen. I didn't even touch the apple juice yet. So over 5 days, I've got 64 ounces of apple juice. 8 times 8 is 64, right? 8 ounces a day for 8 days. 8 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6, what is that? 8 times 7. 8 times 8 is 64, I think, if my math is right. It's been a long time since I've been in school. But 8 ounces for 8 days. So 64 ounces divided by 5, what is that? 10, 12 ounces or something like that? What are you doing, snoring? And my oatmeal. I only ate like 1 or 2 packs of oatmeal. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 packages of oatmeal. 8 packages of oatmeal. So I've got plenty of food going into this next 5 days. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Plenty of water. I'm good to go. I'm very, very excited. Very happy. I feel good. Life is just amazing. I couldn't be in a better spot than I am right now. So I'm gonna get started with some oatmeal. I'm so excited. I'm gonna do 2 packages of oatmeal. There's my rag. I've been looking for that. 2 packs of oatmeal. Got plenty of fuel for the stove still. Give that shaker a shake. Just this next sequence of things I think is going to be really fantastic. I really do. I think it's going to be good. Can't wait. You know, the next 5 days are going to be outstanding. This is going to be the fun part of the journey, I believe. Not that the first part wasn't. The first part was fun too, but this part has the makings of being real fun. You know, having plenty of food, that's a big deal. I don't know how much water I'm going to need, so I'm just kind of guessing. It'll either be runny or it'll be thick. Let's see. How much water? 2/3 of a cup. So this is 16 ounces. That would be, let's go about there. Call that good. We'll throw 1 pack in, and if it's too thin, we'll put more oatmeal in. If it's too thick, we'll put more water in. How about that? So I'm filling underneath the stove, and it's not hot to the shema, so that's fine. That'll be perfect. These rocks aren't even hot. They're warm, but they're not hot. So that's what I was hoping for. Good deal. Look at that. That's just about right. Perfect. So I'm gonna enjoy this. This is gonna be fantastic. After eating beans and rice, I'm probably gonna shift my diet a little bit and have some of this other food and save the rice and beans for the last in case I run out. But you know, the ramen tastes pretty good though. But oatmeal, stuff like that, I'm gonna eat some of this other stuff. This is really delicious after eating rice and beans. And yesterday, because I was so busy, I didn't eat much yesterday. Hardly at all. As you can see by the amount of food that I have left. I just can't get over how beautiful this area is. They love to explore. And then right off in the distance, that's where my camp is. Man, it's pretty out here. And just in case you were wondering about this water, this is the water that I purified via the sun. Remember? It was like day 2 or something like that. I put the water from the creek in this bottle and it sat in the sun for a few days. Didn't have no problems with it. Everything is so green out here, and yarrow everywhere, dandelions everywhere, clover, dandelions, yarrow. Where's the yarrow? I saw it just a second ago. There's a bunch of it out here. There's some yarrow. Look at that little outcropping there. That could be kind of a neat little shelter. Have to move some rocks and stuff, but it'd be kind of cool. And then right here, this is neat, like a natural ridge pole. So if you wanted to build some sort of debris shelter, you got half of your work already done. Pretty cool. So last night when I got here, I tried to go up this hill right here and I didn't want to push the Xterra. I felt that the car had done enough work for one day. Look at all this punk wood right here. Pretty crazy. Pretty neat. Walking around barefoot and it feels good on the feet. The grass everywhere. There's no stickers or nothing. Just a really cool place. It's amazing. This little flower here. Just like a perfect little flower. And then all these ferns, and really a beautiful area. Found all these guys. I'll take those back and roast them bad boys. Those would be delicious. Nice wild edible treat there. And they're pretty abundant in this area where I'm at on the top of this hill. Like there's another one. That's a small one, but yeah, that's gonna be cool. They're everywhere. So this is cool. Good food source. Some of them are already cracked open, but when I roast them, man, just a short amount of time. Just that short amount of time, and I picked up all these guys. Yeah. Of course, there's not a lot of meat in each of them, but when you combine them and count many of them, it's actually a lot. Quite a bit, so that'll be a good little treat. So just in case you might be wondering where these come from, these come from oak trees. So find yourself a good oak tree like this guy right here, and you can hear them falling right now as I speak about it. I mean, they're everywhere. This is autumn, and they're coming off the tree naturally. So it's time to roast these bad boys before the squirrels get them, because squirrels love these things, and so do I. It's going to be a good treat. See, they're everywhere. Look at all the pine cones. Oh, there's a poor bee that died. Look at that guy. Right there, poor guy. But I've got one pocket full. Look at all these. This is going to be delicious. But this is, these little pine cone areas right here, this is kind of hard on the footing. That's why I'm walking kind of tender in here, because this spot isn't very good on the feet with all these pine cones and stuff that the squirrels ate up. Isn't that crazy? The way they just eat everything off of the pine cone. That's funny. I can hear the squirrels. They're getting mad because we're taking their food. We're not going to take too much. There's plenty to go around this whole forest. I just found one tree, so I'm trying to find one close. Okay, here we go. So just in case you guys might have been wondering what is inside, what I'm so excited about, let's crack this open. The shells are kind of soft right now. Once I roast them, they'll be hardened. Okay, so you peel this shell off, and then you have 2 parts of nut. So this is what you got. 2 little nuts there, right there. Plenty of meat. I mean, you gather a pretty good amount of these, and you're gonna have a pretty good meal. Now, you don't want to eat them too much right now. You could. It's not gonna hurt you, but they're kind of sour. You got to roast them, cook them, get rid of that sour, that bitter. Kind of like a walnut, or I don't know. It's just a nut. Survival food. Yeah, these are bitter. They definitely need roasted. But the squirrels, they eat these things like there's nothing else. Good enough for a squirrel. It's gonna be good enough for me. Ranger, come here. Look. Back up. Back up. Look. Look, Ranger. Ranger, come here. Ranger. Look at this. Cookie. Try it. Don't be scared, homie. Try it. He spit it out. Probably still because it's sour. Blondie, you want to try a cookie? Try it. Try it. It's a cookie. Oh my goodness, you guys are bougie. Look at these guys. Now off camera, they're eating them. Just don't film me when I do it. He's trying to crack one open. Oh, these guys are funny. They just don't want to be filmed doing it, I guess. Look at this. Just this little spot right here in front of the camera, I got a whole handful. Pretty crazy. And then this is what they look like before they're ripened up. Crazy, crazy, crazy. This one's a little overdue, but it'll probably still roast well. Oh my goodness. This dog is funny. I think old Ranger actually likes them. You like those cookies, buddy? He's getting after them. They taste better when you roast them there, dude. Blondie, you want a cookie? That's funny. Oh, look at that one. Ain't that cute? That's pretty cute. This is kind of an older one. Shriveling up. So don't get these confused with these. These other ones are a lot softer, but they don't taste as good. These are forest berries. There's a beautiful mushroom there. A couple of those guys. Now that's one thing that I don't know a lot about. I need to learn a lot more about mushrooms because I'm always seeing them all the time, but I don't mess with them. I don't touch them because I simply just don't know, and I don't want to accidentally get onto something I shouldn't. So definitely more research in that department from me. So there's our haul. Not a bad haul for a day. That's a lot of food. I blow on them as I put them in this bucket. Get rid of any dust or hair or anything. Dang. Just over half full. That's quite a bit. Nice. So I can roast them over a fire, or I can set them out in the sun. I'm gonna choose the stove. So I'm just gonna put them away for now, and I'll roast them later. It's nap time. So a little update on the shelter, on the tent here. I'm not really digging this location. If it was cold outside, this would be perfect. But looking at the position of the sun and the way the sun's going to travel, this shelter is going to be in the heat the majority of the day. So I've been looking over here, and I found a better location that I think is going to provide shade for the majority of the day, because the forecast calls for hot temperatures. And I mean, just stepping over into this area right now, just to show you, I can feel a big difference just in the temperature. So I've cleared a spot. It's right over here by these two big trees. So I'm going to relocate the tent right here. Now the ferns, that's actually a blessing in disguise. I've already cleaned out this area, took a lot of the branches and pine cones and stuff for the most part out of here. The ferns are a good thing. I can lay those down and just put my tent right down on top of them, and that creates a lot more conduction barrier, and it's going to keep us cooler in the day and warmer at night. So this is just a win-win situation. It's not that far from where it is right now, but it's just a matter of putting the work in, uprooting that thing and bringing it over here. I think I'll be a lot happier here in the shade. So I'm gonna do that and see how that goes. Well, there we have it. I've got the shelter moved. Took a little bit of work. I think it's going to be worth it though. Being out here for 5 days, I want to be comfortable. And here in Arizona, when it gets hot, you don't want to be sitting in the sun all day. All it's going to do is dehydrate you. I like this spot because there's a large tree. Let me show you. There's a large tree here and a large tree there. I can run a ridge line between those two and hang a tarp over this way, over the shelter, if it decides to rain, which it doesn't show any rain on the forecast or anything like that. Also, I can run a hammock, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool setup. So a hammock there behind the shelter, maybe a tarp over the top if needed. Very nice change. I moved the car up, changed the location of the dog food. One thing, look at this right here. Another mushroom right there got stepped on. I don't know what kind that is, but that's kind of cool. And then another thing I noticed, is these heart-shaped leaves. These guys right here. Those guys. I'm not sure, but I think that's wood sorrel. Can't remember what the name of that was. But these heart-shaped leaves. All I remember is that's a wild edible, I believe. Can't remember. I wish I had my Peterson guide with me, but I don't. And then right here, horsehoof fungus. So that's pretty cool. Check that out. Pretty cool. Little horsehoof fungus. So all in all, I think the move was a good choice. Because looking at where we were, that spot is still in the sun. Still in the sun. That would have been so uncomfortable. Sitting there in the sun the whole time. It was a nice and flat spot. You know, it was good for picking a spot at night. But this spot here, I mean, we're gonna get some sun, but nothing like what that old spot had. So I'm happy. Life is good here on day 6. So I basically have all my food over here, all my drinks over here, and then a nice little mat, welcome mat to clean our feet and take our shoes off, and you know, let the dogs, that way they're not tracking into the tent. I don't like a bunch of junk in the tent. I'm real funny about that. I like keeping my living space clean as possible. So yeah, life is good. Oh yeah. Time for ramen and apple juice. Yes. So this is the first crack at the apple juice. 16 ounces, 2 packages of ramen. That's gonna be delicious because I'm hungry after moving this and working and stuff, camera angles, and it takes its toll. You got to remember, I'm only working on about 3 or 4, maybe 500 calories a day. So let's try this apple juice. That is a fresh flavor. Very nice to have a change. These ramen noodles. Who would have thought that I like these so much? You know, most people are like, oh, ramen, yuck. I actually like them. And that apple juice ain't bad. You concentrate, but it's good. Definitely beats drinking water for a week. Ooh, too hot. Getting a little excited there. And the dogs haven't even touched their food today. And I haven't given them no treats because they were kind of ornery last night when I got here. Blondie kept looking at me, and Ranger, they were like, when's our bed gonna be ready? When's our bed? We're tired. They slept all day, slept all the way in the car, got to the house, and I was working on the packages and some YouTube stuff. They slept the whole time, slept all the way back out here, and then they were crying because the shelter was taking too long for their beds to be ready. So they're not getting a lot of treats today. Maybe even tomorrow. Maybe even for the rest of this challenge. They need to eat dog food. I spoiled them too much, I think. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. There's a spider. I'm trying to get some water and there's a big old spider right there. Oh my gosh, look at the guy. He's huge. Oh my God. Help me. Get him out of here. He's growling at me and showing me his teeth. Oh my God. Oh, I made it alive. Oh, I made it out of there alive without getting him. Now I wait for my fudge brownies. This is a new thing for me. I don't know how it's gonna go. We're gonna find out though together. So it looks like the 3 that were on the thinnest rocks are cooking faster than the ones that are on the thicker rocks. So they'll be done sooner, but they're still kind of doughy. And fudge brownies are supposed to be that way. They're supposed to be a little doughy, I think. Even in the picture on the package, it shows them a little bit doughy. All right, let's pull off these 3. There's one. Set it on the wood here. This is like my little cooking table. Keeps my stove from getting my chamois all hot. So those 3 are done. Let's put this one over here on a thinner rock so it'll cook a little better. This one in the middle is doing all right too, so we'll let those go a little more. And in the meantime, these guys are pretty much done, I believe. Alrighty, let's take a look. Been a few minutes. Yeah, look at that. These 2 look like they're done. They look good. These silicone cups are nice. I learned something. Looking at these guys here, you can fill them all the way up with the brownie mix. This one here that's still going, I don't know, I must have made that mix too thin or something. Because that's the same batch as everything else, but it's just not cooking as good. Because everything else is ready. But look at these guys. Turned out okay. But the important part is the taste test. How do they taste? Let's find out. Not bad. Tastes like a brownie. I don't think I've ever had a bad brownie. I mean, you can cook, you can burn them. Not too bad. Want to try a piece? Blondie? Hot. Be careful. Looks like Blondie approves. Not bad. But you're not going to eat nothing but brownies. You got a dog food down there and water. And last time I looked, I was a person and you're a dog. That means dog food. Not bad. Well, I can honestly say that the silicone molds work very good, but I like the muffins and the cornbread better than the fudge brownies. Just my personal opinion. These are good, but they're not as good as the muffins and cornbread. Definitely a good treat though. I mean, they turned out good. Everything's moist like it should be, but the flavor don't hit as hard as the muffins and the cornbread does. Day 6 is pretty much in the books. The dogs and I went back up to the tree. We got some more nuts. So we have almost a full container. This thing is pretty much full. So that was fun. I got a crack out of Ranger. I kind of giggled because he went and was eating the forest berries. And he thought that they were softer. You don't have to roast them. They taste a little funnier, but they're easier to chew. It was just funny. So I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching this video. And we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. It'll be day 7. Crazy. More than halfway through it. It's nuts. And I was full today. Like full. Couldn't eat no more. And I think that's going to continue on all the way to the end. So I'm really curious what my way out weight is going to be in reference to my way in weight. When I did my 5-day, I wasn't eating a lot. I didn't feel hungry. This time, I kind of felt hungry in the beginning, and now I really don't. But I'm continuing to eat even though I'm not hungry, and I'm getting full. So we'll see what happens on the way out. Bye.